nice way to finish, but you'd rather start out that way.
All right, Ralph Stewart has removed a piece of deadwood. I told you before, there is a line. It is exactly 24 inches this way toward the bowler from the middle of the head pin. If a piece of wood is behind it, it remains. If it touches it or comes this side, it has to be removed. Spare in the first for Peter Flynn. Wow! Would you say that he's a little warm right now?
I would not want to have to go up against him right now.
There it is, right another strike for Peter Flynn. Now Joe Tavernese on the line. He's looking for his first mark. And this, our third string of live bowling in our championship show.
Could be some stat. You put the triple together plus these 2 marks and then next string.
Joe Tavernese now looking at a 2-4-7. No wood to help. Oh, surprise. And the crowd, and there is a large crowd from Lynn here. Happy to see Joe get that one. Not as happy as he is, I'll tell you that. All right, spare in the third for Joe. He wants to load up right now. 8. And it sure is a lot better than facing the diamond.
That last spare Joe had one of those shots where you turn around and say piece of cake.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Joe's had quite a year this year, winning the Mass States, all events.
And of course, he was tied by Bob Reynolds, and then we had to go into our tiebreaker to the number of marks, then the number of strikes, and Joe was able to edge Bob Reynolds because of that, which is the tiebreaker that we have used all along. All right, Peter Flynn trying to make it 3 marks in a row here in this string. Just 2 that time as he just missed the head pin. He can still come back and make a spare. It would be worth $50 in bonus money. Nope, not now. So, Peg Philbrook, who is working as a statistician, is marking down for him the 1,050 so far, the only bonus money that we have for any of our bowlers. It's an eye. As I told you, Dick O'Connell is our top seed. He's sitting back, just waiting to see who's going to challenge him in a 2-string roll-off, and that should be something. Almost another strike for Peter Flynn. At the moment, a 10-pin lead in this single string.
Peter should have no problem with this shot. Nothing's blocking his 6-pin whatsoever.
He has it. All right, we're going to take another check on the scoreboard after 4 boxes here in this 3rd string of our 12th annual championship show. And right now, with a bonus ball to roll, Peter Flynn is at 56 and Joe Tavernese 46.
In these days of self-service gas stations, computerized banking, and understaffed stores, it seems that no one has the time for personal service anymore. Well, at True Value Hardware stores, we haven't forgotten that we're working for you. And whenever you have a question or a problem with a do-it-yourself project, we'll do our very best to help. So the next time someone wonders where personal service has gone, you tell them it's still hard at work. Right in here. True Value, more than just a name. It's our way of doing business.
You'd no more settle for a flake in your hair than a spot on your tie. You passed the test to good grooming. Has the look of success. Your head and shoulders above the rest. One flake can mean dandruff. Regular shampoos may rinse flakes, but Head and Shoulders protection goes to the source to help stop flakes.
And that's doing it right.
Your head and shoulders above the rest.
Hyundai dealers and their families are just itching to take their vacations, but they can't go until the 87 XLs go. So to clear them out, it's summer break days at Hyundai, with lots of cars to choose from. 7 models under $7,000 and starting at just $51.95. With the 88s coming, the 87s have got to go. Let's face it, he's got a lot of pressure on him to put you in a new Hyundai right now.
Oh, come on, Dad. Give him a good deal.
It's summer break days, and for your nearest Eastern New England Hyundai dealer, call toll-free 826-CARS.
Joe Tavernese of Lynn on the line right now. One more, and maybe one more. Oh, look at it rock. Oh, is that tantalizing? Tim,
9.5.
what do you pay? 9.5. Does it do any good to stamp your foot? Only in frustration, I guess. That's
Yeah,
all.
not unless you gain a lot of weight like I did.
Oh, roadblock. Too
That's
bad.
not what Joe wanted to do.
No,
He wants to start marking to put a little bit of pressure back on Peter.
A 10. Joe Tavernese, in case any of you are just tuning in, then if you are, you've missed a lot of action so far in this live show. Just to inform you, Joe is the current Massachusetts State All Events champion. He won the first of our one-string roll-offs by defeating Tom Osta, a 3-time winner on this show. And the voice you hear other than mine belongs to Tim Lipke, who is also a former winner of this big biggie.
I think Joe wanted those 2 pins to stay up. It's a lot easier shooting at the 4 horsemen on the right than it is the 110.
Uh-huh. Waiting for a piece of wood to settle down. Despite the fact that Joe survived that first string after having a lob called on a big, what would have been a fill on a spare, he survived it in defeating Tom Osta. But it may have unnerved him a little bit and made him think just a little bit as he delivers the ball. What do you think, Tim?
I think it's playing a factor in Joe. You've got to be thinking that you don't want to lob anymore, especially if you throw a spare and then come back with a strike like he did. Wow.
How about that? Now, you tell me any other bowling, any kind, where you can hit the head pin like that and punch out just 2, a 1 and a 9. If you come in on the head pin, you get something.
Peter's going to be
All right, let's see.
good out on this one.
Oh, is he ever? Well, you just saw how to make a come-from-behind, backdoor, cross-alley, whatever you want to call it, 10.
I was going to suggest how to play that, but I think I'd keep my mouth shut on that one.
I think that was wise, Tim, for both of us. Peter Flynn, 4 horsemen right side, and on the left side, 4 and 7, with wood in between the 4 and 7.
They always say there's the right way and the wrong way.
Waiting for the wood to settle down to see whether he's going to lead by 10, 11, or 12. It's by 12. All right, Joe Tavernese, 4 boxes to go. But believe me, he is very capable of having an explosive 4 boxes. 5 and 7.
Considering Peter's got 3 marks and Joe's only got 1, 12 pins is not much to make up. You consider 2 marks and...
Another box gone, though. He's down to 3 boxes now.
Joe's having a hard time finding his object pin right now.
As you're running out of boxes like this now, Tim, do you start to press? It would be natural, I would think.
You try not to, but you can't help it. Especially when you're the first bowler up and Peter...
Well, there's a break. 3 pins to pick up for a spare. 2, 4, 7.
A lot of bowlers like to be last, so they know what they have to hit. Other bowlers like going first to put pressure on the second bowler. So there's pros and cons both ways.
How does Tim Lipke like it?
To be ahead.
You mean, well, I know you want to be ahead, but I mean, do you want to lead off?
I actually like going last.
You know what you have to do.
I know what I have to do, and a lot of times you seem to concentrate a little bit extra.
Oh, that's the second time that Joe has had that spare leave and did not get the 7-pin.
Hits his logic pin, and it just...
A 9 box.
4 pin goes right around the 7.